Hi and welcome back to my channel. You guys, I'm excited about this week's coaching video because this week I'm going to be sharing 6 tips to master your internal dialogue. Okay, this is powerful stuff. So, what is internal dialogue? It is the internal conversation our ego is having with itself. It's the subtextual voice that applies logic, reasoning, and beliefs to situations, people, and events. It also serves as a filter for those experiences and colors the way in which we see the world. As such, the internal dialogue plays a vital role in deriving meaning from our life and reality. When our internal dialogue is dark, negative, and dismal, we see a world filtered through those qualities. When we have positive, uplifting, and optimistic internal dialogue, we perceive those states as the backdrop of our life. So let's jump right on into those 6 tips. Number 1, if you want to master your internal dialogue, number 1, you need to spend time in silence. Meditation is one of the first and most fundamental steps in mastering our internal dialogue. We typically have anywhere between 60,000 and 80,000 thoughts every day, and quieting our turbulent mental environment creates the blank canvas upon which to paint a positive internal conversation. When the mind is still, it becomes a fertile field that is receptive to the seeds we plant there. So sometimes you have to quiet your mind. And I know I've had to do this more often than not lately, where my mind, that internal dialogue is just going and going and going. And sometimes it can be so draining. And so I am learning now to just get in my quiet place. And I have this Native American flute music on my phone. It was a CD that I bought quite a few years ago from Target. And so I have it saved on my phone. And every now and then I have to escape and just play, let that music just play and close my eyes and just relax my mind. Well, until I fall asleep anyway, but let my mind just relax, where I'm not thinking about anything. I'm not thinking about anybody. My mind is just relaxed. It's just a blank canvas. There's nothing going on there. Because if you don't, you will just drive yourself crazy, you guys. Number 2, incorporate gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful mental state that causes a palatable transformation in our eternal landscape. When we put our attention on those things that we can be grateful for, it automatically shifts us out of a negative mentality just by simply repeating the statement, I am so grateful for. So whenever life starts to beat you down, stop where you are, and you can say it out loud if you want to, or if not in your mind, simply just say, I am so grateful for, and then you name that thing or those things that you're grateful for. We create positive momentum in our internal dialogue. Focusing on what's good or uplifting in your life also conditions you to stay vigilant and looking for more of the same gratitude-worthy experiences to come into your life. Or, as the saying goes, where attention goes, energy flows. Okay? So I'm telling you. Oh, and let me put a pin right here, because guess what, you guys? I finally have finished, and I've uploaded my 21-day gratitude journal. It's now available for you to purchase. The cost is $15. I'll leave a link in the description box, because like I said, we get so caught up with all the negativity that we see in our everyday lives, be it the news, be it, something going on in our families or with our friends, our coworkers, whatever it may be, that we forget that whole gratitude piece. So I am learning that when my life becomes hectic, that I can just stop and say, Lord, you know what? All of this right here is going on, but I am so grateful that I have my health. I'm so grateful that I'm in my right mind. I'm so grateful that I have family and friends that love me and support me. I'm so grateful just, for so many things. And I need you to start doing that. Is it difficult? Sometimes it is, because in the midst of whatever you're going through, you don't want to sit and think about what you're grateful for. You're just focused on what's going on at that particular moment. But I need you guys to stop and start thinking about what you're grateful for. So, number 3, actively avoid negativity. Now, notice I said actively avoid negativity. There's no doubt that negativity is widespread in our modern world. Wherever we look, there seems to be no end to it. This, in part, is due to our brain's negativity bias, an actual tendency to notice negative statements and events more easily than positive ones. And isn't that true, you guys? How we can go out and about And there can be so many positive things going on, but you see that one negative thing across the room, and that catches your attention, and it holds your attention right there. Forget all forget all this great positive stuff going on right here in front of you. Your mind goes to that one negative thing over in the corner. We really have got to get past doing that. We inherited this neurological artifact from our ancient ancestors who, due to their constant survival mentality, had to always be on the lookout for danger or anything that would put their lives at risk. A beautiful sunset or a good meal was overshadowed by the more pressing needs of safety and shelter. We still carry this tendency within our nervous system, and it often inhibits our ability to see the good in the world, even when it's right in front of us. Therefore, we have to commit ourselves to turning away from negativity as often as we can. Negative energy can be contagious and pollute the internal dialogue with fear, anger, and other dense mental states. While we can't avoid all negativity, being cautiously aware of reinforcing our attention away from the negative and toward the good can have a powerful effect on our internal dialogue. Like I said, we can't remove all the negativity out there. You can remove it from your space to a certain extent, but we just have to stop focusing on it. Number 4, use the power of affirmations. I love affirmations. I am are two of the most powerful words, for what you put after them shapes your reality. Now, this is an unknown quote, but it was a powerful one. I am. You know, anytime you start your sentence with I am, and you followed up by a powerful statement, honey, I'm trying to tell you, it's just powerful. It's beyond powerful. Affirmations are strong, positive self-talk statements that can help to reprogram your subconscious mind and internal dialogue toward a more constructive mental environment. To affirm means to make firm that which you wish to be true or experience. Affirmations help us replace our old, stale, or obsolete mental commentary with new and more inspiring ideas. With regular practice, affirmations can help you to focus on your internal dialogue upon your intentions and keep your attention on what you want rather than what you don't want. This is why I actually have them. Let me see if I can get them while I'm talking to you. I actually have some positive affirmations that I keep in my wallet. And they're just affirmations that I found on, where did I find them? I think on Google Images is where I found them. And I laminated them because y'all know I now have my new laminator. And, oh, here they are. Okay, so I have positive affirmations. Let me just kind of show you what they are. I won't go through all of them, but here they are. I found these images on Google Images, and so I saved them to my phone, which allowed me to print them off of my little mini printer. So let me just read a couple of them for you. So this one says, I am capable. I am strong. If I believe in myself, I can turn my dreams into a plan and my plan into a reality. You probably won't be able to see that because it's a little clear. Maybe not. Well, there you go. So, like I said, I keep these in my wallet. For my business, this one says, my business is a huge success. Love this one. And every now and then I do have to go in my wallet and pull these out. So, let me see, I'm finding a couple more here. Oh, I love this one. When you've done everything you can do, that's when God will step in and do what you can't do. 2 Corinthians 12 and 10. So, I keep this one in my wallet as well, you guys. Love, love, love it. And let me find one more. So all of these are great, but I think I'm going to share this one with you. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. This comes from the book of Jeremiah. And let me see if hopefully you can see that. Not quite sure. But like I said, these are just positive affirmations that I, just find on Google Images. I laminate them and I keep them in my wallet. That way, whenever my day gets out of hand and just, takes me to a place where I don't want to be, I can go and look at these affirmations. And so, you may not have the mini planner that I have, but if you find positive affirmations. Maybe you can take a 3x5 card, write on it, cut it down a little bit, laminate it, and leave it in your wallet or in your purse, or someplace that you can readily get to it when life happens, because it happens to all of us. Number 5, practice impeccable speech and behavior. Your speech and behavior are natural outcroppings of your internal dialogue. In a similar way, your actions and speech reinforce your internal dialogue. Therefore, when you cautiously choose to practice impeccable speech and behavior, your internal dialogue will automatically become more positive and refined. Being impeccable means behaving in accordance with the highest standards of I can't even say that word. Proprietary. In essence, it means being unimpeachable and without fault. This can be a tall order, and while none of us are perfect, we can continually aspire to carry the spirit of impeccability within us, refraining from anything that can be potentially considered hurtful to others. And I'm telling you, that's something that I have to work on all the time. The book of Matthew says it's not what goes into your mouth that defiles you. You are defiled by the words that come out of your mouth, okay? Remembering this can go a long way in maintaining the impeccability of your internal dialogue. So guys, we got to watch that internal dialogue. Number 6, last but not least, remember your true nature. When we get swept up in the ego's hype and the melodrama, it becomes very easy to lose ourselves and forget our true nature as an unbound spirit. We feel localized in the heavy object referral world of positions and possessions, roles and titles. However, this is not who we really are. When we identify with our true selves, pure awareness or pure consciousness, we have the insight recognition that we are free from limitations, that we have spontaneous knowing, and that we exist in a state of complete fulfillment. We are reminded that fire cannot burn it, water cannot wet it, wind cannot dry it, weapons cannot shatter it. It is eternal. It was never born and it will never die. This is our true nature, and when we remember this, our internal dialogue shifts to become a reflection of that. Y'all, that's some deep stuff right there. So I'll just do a quick recap, and I promise I'll let you be. So today I talked about 6 tips to master your internal dialogue, and this is so very important, because your internal dialogue is going to make you or it's going to break you. It's as simple as that. Your internal dialogue can take you far or can keep you right where you're standing. So we need to check that and work on it. And we all do. None of us have arrived. Come on now. We all need to. So those 6 tips are: number 1, spend time in silence. Sometimes you need to go to your quiet place where it's just you and it's just God. That is it. Where you can sit back and you can meditate. And that's the time where you talk to God and you say, Lord, you know what's going on in my life. You know the areas that I need help in. Lord, you know what I stand in need of. Lord, you know what I need you to fix. You know what I need you to take away. And then sit back and meditate and listen for God to respond. Too often when we're moving too fast, this is a whole nother video, but too often we're moving too fast that we don't hear from God. But I want to encourage you to start taking some time to just meditate. And like I said, I like to use my Native American flute music. You probably could get it on Amazon, I'm not sure. I found it in Target because I used to teach yoga. Yes, I did. I taught a basic Hatha yoga class for about 10 years, I guess. And so I love using that CD because it was just so soothing and so relaxing. Number 2, incorporate gratitude. In everything that you do, you've got to incorporate gratitude. I don't care if your world, I do care. Let me not say that. No matter if your world is falling apart right in front of your eyes, there is something you can still be grateful for. Okay, there is something that you can always be grateful for. And so again, I want to encourage you guys to get my 21-day gratitude journal, because I promise you will be a different person when you get to day 21. Number 3, actively avoid negativity. Got to stay away from that negativity. Number 4, use the power of affirmations. I showed you guys the affirmations I keep in my wallet, and I do look at them every single day. I look at them in the morning, I look at them midday, and I look at them again at night, because those are the things that keep pushing me when I feel like I want to give up sometimes. Number 5, practice impeccable speech and behavior. Because remember, the book of Matthew says it's not what goes into your mouth that defiles you. You are defiled by the words that come out of your mouth. And number 6, remember your true nature. Always remember your true nature. And I love this part where it says we're reminded that fire can't burn it, water can't wet it, wind can't dry it, weapons can't shatter it. It is eternal. It was never born and it will never die. That is our true nature. And when we remember this, our internal dialogue shifts to become a reflection of that. So that is all I have, you guys. I want to say thank you so much for coming and being a part of this video. And I hope something that I said helps you. You know, because like I said, we all have to master our internal dialogue. Sometimes things aren't going right. And my internal dialogue can be very negative. I'm smiling on the outside, but on the inside, that internal dialogue is out of control. So I am learning now to work on that, to go into my quiet place, even when I can't necessarily be in a room by myself, so that I can regroup and stay focused. So that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much to my newest subscribers. If you stumbled upon this channel by accident, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to tap that bell so you don't miss anything. For those of you that continue to support me in all that I do, I love you guys to the moon and back. And we'll talk again soon. Until then, take care.